Okay, so first thing we're going to do is stand at the front of the mat, lift the toes up, and then spread them back down. Okay, so you're standing nice and wide with your base and engaging those thighs, and then engaging through a root lock, which is Mula Bandha, and through an abdominal lock, which is Uddiyana Bandha. Stand nice and tall, take the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin in slightly so you've got length through the back of your neck. Take the hands up to prayer if you want, and close the eyes if you want. And then we're going to breathe that Ujjayi breath, where we breathe through the nose, keeping the mouth closed, and sound the breath in the back of your throat. So this pranayama is the most important part of our practice, guiding us through, keeping us focused on that conscious breathing. Next, we want to make sure that we're engaging through bandhas, and then we try to extend the body through our various postures. So we start with sun salutation, eh? Inhale, reach up. Follow your thumbs to the ceiling, and then exhale, fold. So you can soften knees where you tuck your head. Take your hands to the floor, look up, inhale. Then flatten the hands, step it back. From here, you come down to chaturanga. Knees can be on the floor if you want, and then tops of your feet. Inhale into a back bend there, and then tuck your toes. And set up for your first down dog. Spread the fingers. They want to be shoulder distance apart, those hands. Check your feet now, hip distance, and maybe start to pedal the heels up and down. All the while, breathing. And that breath is a lateral thoracic breath, so it's into the ribs, front, side, and back. And then look up and bring those feet back to your hands. Lift the chest, inhale, exhale, you're folding. And then inhale, reach it up. From here, we're going to go straight into Uttanasana, forward bend again. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest, and then flatten the hands. Look forwards, come down to Chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Chest lifts, tops of the feet, tuck the toes. And into your down dog. So, feet hip distance apart, aligned with the side of your mat. Hands shoulder distance, aligned, wrists aligned with the front of the mat. And then work your way up your arms to open your shoulders. So roll your shoulders from your ears. And lengthen out through the back of the body. So you want to feel broad across the shoulders and then long through the spine and then all the way down. And then look up and bring those feet back to your hands. You can step or jump. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale to fold. And then inhale, take the hands up, follow your thumb. And then exhale, fold again, draw the abdominals in. Inhale, lift the chest. Flatten those hands, step or jump. Keep the body like a plank or bend the knees to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, up dog, chest lifts, shoulders roll back, tuck the toes into them. So Mula Bandha, root lock. Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock. Fingers spread. In your down dog, we're always trying to find that edge, okay? As we are in all postures. We use these sun salutations to build heat and prepare the body for our physical practice. And remember, if you don't have time for a full or modified practice, just do a few sun salutations every day and maintain that strength and endurance in the body for practice. Bring feet to hands again. Look up, inhale. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, reach it up. And once again, folding, draw the abdominals deep. So as you fold, try and get a little bit deeper. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten those hands, step or jump. Look forwards, come down, chaturanga, elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back into down. So I'm going to step your right foot, but keep your left heel up. And take your right hand to the ceiling. Push the floor away. You're going to bring the right hand down. Inside of your right foot, pivot your left foot. Take your left hand up and open up. We're going to bring that hand down. As you bring your right foot back, try lifting it off the floor. If that feels doable to lower, do that. If not, feet to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, down dog. Now step your left foot. Lift the chest. Take your left hand up and open up. Bring that hand down. Inside your left foot, pivot your right. Take your right hand up. Open up. Come back. Your gaze is forwards. Lift the leg, left leg if you want. Lower down, strong and long. In breath to your up dog. And exhale to your down. So, once again, down dog. Finding that edge. Okay, never stationary. Fingers are spread, pressing down from fingertips through to heels of the hands. And look up, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, folding. Now this time, bend your knees. We come to Utkatasana, inhale. And then exhale, we're folding. So we're going to continue. Inhale, lift the chest. You can step or jump. Come down. Elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest. Exhale, down. So this time, let's step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So maybe bring the right hand in a little bit. So it's just a little bit different than normal. Lift the chest. Breathe. Stretch the left leg away. If it feels doable, walk the right and the left hand forward. Okay, and deepen that stretch. Maybe try to drop the right elbow down or both elbows down in towards the floor. Deepening that stretch into the attachments of the hamstrings. Come back. Come to down dog. Come to high plank. Come to low plank. Exhale. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down. Now we're going to bring the hands a little bit closer on the mat and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Stretch the left leg away, lift the chest. Breathe. Maybe reach the hands forwards a little bit further. Maybe drop the elbows down. Breathe. Come back to down dog. To high plank, to low plank, to up dog, and to down. So we take some breath there. Push the floor away, lift the hips high, draw the belly in. Open the shoulders on the end of the exhalation, step or jump. Feet to your hands, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, fold. And bending the knees for Utkatasana. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten those hands, step or jump. Come down, looking forwards to Chaturanga Dandasana. In breath to your up dog. Thighs are on. Open up the front of the body. Now down dog. Pivot your left foot, step your right. Come up to Warrior One for the first time. Inhale. Reach it up, follow your thumbs, come back down. Look forwards, elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, tuck your toes to down. Now pivot your right foot and step your left. Square your hips, reach it up. Follow those thumbs. Come back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale down. So, roll the abdominals deep. Roll the shoulders from the ears. And breathe. So every breath, trying to get a little bit more length into the back of the body, a little bit more broadness across your shoulders. And then look up, bandhas on, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift your chest, exhale, folding, tuck the head, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, come back now to Tadasana. Hands on hips, step or feet, your hip just distance apart. Look up in the in-breath, little back bend if you want, pushing the hips forward, and then fold down. So, feet should be hip distance apart. First two fingers wrapping around and underneath the big toes. Look up, inhale. And exhale, fold. Tuck the head. Pull on the toes, press on your fingers. Draw your belly in. Lift your sit bones high. Send the knees away. On the in-breath, look up. Take your hands underneath your feet now, for Padahastasana. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, press on your hands. If you can, keep the legs straight. Tuck the head. Breathe. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to hips. Bandhas come up. Step or jump. Feet back together. Step it out now. Stretch it out with the arms. Tuck the left foot, turn the right. Reach long with this right arm. And reach high with the left. So your right hand's going down your leg or to the foot, getting hold of your big toe. But don't compromise that posture. There you go. Beautiful down dog, Bella. Lovely stuff. A little bit of up dog. And then coming up. Tuck the toes and reach. The left hand now. And open up. And breathe. Sound the breath in the back of your throat. Breathe into the ribs. And come up. So we rotate this posture. So we step the right foot out. We turn the left foot round. And we reach long with that left hand down to the floor if we can on the outside of the right foot, reaching the right hand to the ceiling. If you've not made it to the floor, your hands wrapping around your leg. Open up. Breathe, come up. Step the left foot out, tuck the right. Reach down with the right hand to the outside of the left foot. And reach the left hand to the ceiling. And breathe. Sounding that breath in the back of your throat. And then release to the front. And then come back to the front of your mat. Standing in Tadasana. Shoulders back and down. As we step out again, we step longer. Okay? Stretch the arms out. Turn the right foot. Bend the knee now so the knee is directly above the ankle. If you can, track your right hand down the outside of your right foot, reach up and over. Lift the ribs to the ceiling. Stretch the edge of the back foot into the floor. Sound the breath in the back of your throat. Roll the edge of the back foot out. If you want a little bit more, wrap your left hand behind your back. Take your right hand underneath your thigh, so you can get hold of the other hand, and lift the chest to the ceiling. Breathe. Sound the breath in the back of your throat, and come up. So extended side angle posture, strong posture. Left knee above ankle, edge of back foot to the floor. Right hand up and over, lift the ribs. Stretch from fingertips to the edge of your back foot to try and lift the inner arch. Stay there or wrap your right hand behind. Take your left hand, see if you can find your right, and then open up. Breathe into ribs. Sound the breath in the back of your throat. And release. Reach out, come back to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Step it out again. Toes are in, heels are out. Mula Bandha is on, Uddiyana Bandha is on. Look up, inhale, and then fold. Take your hands to the floor. Shoulder distance apart between your feet if you can. Look up, inhale. And exhale, fold. As you do this, maybe you're going to shuffle the feet out a little bit further. You're going to track the heels of the hands back further. Then you're going to shift the weight through the feet, okay? Lifting the sit bones high, tucking the head in. Don't forget bandhas, lock, abdominal lock. Every breath, trying to get a little bit more length. Inhale, look up, exhale, hands to hips, inhale to come up and release your arms. Now turn the palms around and interlace your fingers behind your back. You can press the palms together as well if that's doable for you. Inhale, look up, and then fold it down. So, tuck the head in, reach away with the arms, and breathe. Sounding that breath in the back of your throat. And maybe trying to focus your breath more into the shoulders now to help release the shoulders. Bandhas as you come up. And release. And then come back to the front of your mat, standing in Tadasana. Fingertips to your elbows now, or taking the hands up your back into inverted prayer. Bringing those palms together. Stepping out with your right foot. So you're in a short posture, okay? Back foot's round at 45, hips are square, root locks on, abdominal locks on. Look up on the in-breath, and then draw your chest down. Breathe. You're long in your spine, you're strong in your thighs, and you're working that spine directly over your front thigh. You're remembering what's going on with those hands. You're trying to press palms together if you're there, or fingertips to elbow. Work on your edge, come up on the in-breath, turn round. Short posture, set your left foot up, turn your right foot round, square your hips. Mula Bandha, inhale, pull the belly in, and fold. So you're long in your spine, chest is open, palms pressing where you can, work with your breath. Breathe. And coming up, and then release. And then come back to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of balancing now. As you know, that's the next part of the sequence. So if you take your left hand to your hip, then you bring your right knee up. So we stand tall on your left leg. We reach for the big toe with the first two fingers, if that's happening. Otherwise, continue to hold on to your shin. And then now press the foot into the hand and pull on the toe. Breathe. Try lifting that leg a little higher, bringing your knee in your nose, and then draw the leg out to the right. Draw the chest open. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Coming back to your center. Lift a little higher. Knee and nose. And then hold out. Bandhas, thighs, breath. And then bend the knee. We're going to reach for the foot now. Draw the knees together. Tuck the tailbone under. Reach the left hand to the ceiling. Stay with that one or hinge from your hips. Push the foot into the hand. Reach the fingers away from the toes. And then return to mountain posture. Right hand on hip, left knees coming up. You could stay there. Find a point to focus on, or first two fingers for big toe. Reach away. Press the foot into the hand, stand tall. And breathe most of all. Standing leg strong. Try lifting a little higher. Knee and nose. Draw the leg out. Stand tall. Open the chest. Look over that right shoulder if that's happening for you today. Come back to center. Lift a little higher. Hold it there. Mula Bandha is on. Uddiyana Bandha is on. Your thighs are on. And then you bend the knee and we add that counter posture. So we tuck the tailbone under. We reach the right hand to the ceiling, and if it feels good, you can hinge from the hips. Press the foot into the hand, lift the chest. Breathe into your ribs. Sound the breath. In the back of your throat, release, and come back. You know that once you start going, it's pretty hard to get back again, but we'll keep trying. Balance is something that changes on a daily basis. We work with it, we condition, and we get better, obviously. What's the core stability there? So before we go into standing half bound, let's take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Press the foot into the thigh and press the left thigh into the right foot. Bring the hands to prayer. Bandhas. If you want, reach the hands to the ceiling. Bandhas. And strong in your standing leg. And release. Come back, change legs. Take your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Press that foot into the thigh. Press the thigh into the foot. Come to prayer. If not, you're holding on to your leg, your foot. And or up to ceiling. Reach. Breathe. Stand tall. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And release. Okay, so now draw the right knee up. Lots of balancing here. And then draw that foot up to the crease of your left hip. Wrap your right hand behind your back. See if you can bind with that left arm, or maybe you can work it down to your foot. If you've got your foot, release the left hand to the ceiling. Fold if that feels doable. Sound the breath in the back of your throat. Open the knee, open the hips, but don't stress the knee. Standing half bound. And then release. Gaze is down and forwards here. Take your left knee up. Stand tall on the standing leg. Take the left foot and draw that up towards the crease of your right hip. Same for your breath. Wrap your left hand behind your back. Maybe bind with the right arm if you can, or take it further down. Or maybe to your foot. And releasing the right hand if you can, and folding if you can. Work with your body, find the edge with your body, using breath, bandhas, and then opening up. Stay strong and release. Come back to the front of your mat. Stand in Tadasana. Mula Bandha is on, Uddiyana Bandha is on. Take it up on the in-breath. Follow your thumbs, big stretch, exhale, fold. Take the hands to the floor, tuck the head, inhale, lift the chest. You can step or you can jump. Take the hand, body down, exhaling, inhale up dog. Lift the chest, open the chest. Tuck the toes. Now, step or jump. Feet to your hands, bend your knees. Squeeze knees together, squeeze in the thighs, root locks on. Reach the hands to the ceiling. Gaze either forwards or up to your hands. As you reach the fingers, stretching the arms away, press the palms. Create space between ears and shoulders, so drop the shoulder blades down your back. Draw your abdominals deep, engage your root lock and sink your tailbone. This is Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. On the next in-breath, stand up. Fold down. Exhale, Uttanasana. Tuck your head, inhale, lift the chest. Flatten hands, step or jump. Come down, Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale to your down. Now pivot your left hand, step your right foot. Come up, square your hips, reach the arms up. Draw the arms back, maybe look up. This is your warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Keep the hands up, straighten the front leg, turn round. Set up to square the hips, left leg forward. Send the edge of your back foot into the floor, breathe. Maybe look up. Split those hands apart, get your heels in line, shuffle the feet wider, and open the chest. And drop the shoulder blades down your back. Breathe. Sound that breath in the back of your throat. Tuck your left foot, turn your right. Sink down for your last standing posture. Open the chest. Drop the shoulder blades down the back, stretch the fingers. Breathe. Take an in-breath. Bring the hands down, come down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Thighs are on, back bend, exhale, down. And then step or jump. And sit down on the floor. All right, so you've done your standing sequence. Get your bum cheeks out of the way. And sit tall on the floor. Okay, push the heels away. Draw the toes towards and place the hands by your side or further back. So we want length in the neck, shoulders down the back. This is Dandasana. And we're breathing. Always can come back here. So we're going to reach up with the arms, take an in-breath, pull the belly in, lift through the lower back, and then fold it down, reaching as long as you can to wrap the hands around the legs of the feet. Once you're there, take an in-breath, and then fold. Pull the abdominals in, send the tailbone away, draw the chest forwards, the nose forwards, breathe into your back. Sound that breath in the back of your throat. Release from there, drawing the hands back. Now take them all the way behind you. Ready for Purva Konasana, your reverse plank. So set yourself up for this. Draw the chest open. Squeeze the shoulder blades, stretch the toes, lift the hips. Take the head back if that feels okay. And breathe. That's too much. Bend your knees and come to tabletop. Sound the breath in the back of your throat, and when you come down, cross the legs, take it into a vinyasa. You can roll over the feet like me, or you can jump with the bike. Stay with your breath. Come back to you sitting on the floor. And then let's draw your right foot into the inside of the left thigh. From here, take your hands behind and just stretch a little bit wider. Okay, sitting tall, left leg strong. Take your right hand on the in-breath, and as you exhale, wrap it round. Take that hand and try and draw it around as far as you can to the crease of your left hip. Try and get hold of something. Now reach with this left hand down your leg, or if you can reach for your foot, you do that. You pull on the foot as you press the foot to hand. Now you twist to your right and you open your chest. And you breathe. Stay there, or wrap your first two fingers around your big toe of the left foot and try dropping your elbow down the inside of this left knee. Then release the hand and reach up and over. And lift the ribs. Try to keep that lift. Don't just drop down to get the hand to the foot. Listen to your body. And release. From here, you could do a vinyasa. You could sit in Dandasana. Or you could take it to Purva Konasana, your reverse plank. So that reverse plank's all good for opening the front of the body in a practice where we do lots of work to lengthen the back of the body. And this is all good posture for opening you up if you're sitting at desk a lot. So right leg is long, left foot's drawn in to the inside of the right thigh, and then the hands and stretch a little bit wider if that feels okay. Take your left hand, wrap it around, reach round for that hand, and reach the left hand round to the crease of the right hip, and maybe bind with something. Wrap the hand around the leg or the foot, the right hand, and twist to the left. Draw the left shoulder round to open the chest. Stay with that Ujjayi breath, number one. Reach for your big toe, first two fingers if you can. Drop that elbow down the inside of your thigh, your knee, and reach the left hand up and over. And lift the chest, lift the ribs, reach. But don't collapse on that left side to get the hand to the foot. Release from there into vinyasa if you want, or sitting and breathing, or into reverse plank. And sit tall with your left leg long. And draw your right heel in. Now, when you draw in, you want to have a palm's distance between your foot and your thigh. You're going to reach this right arm long, take an in-breath inside of that right leg. Turn the palm around, try wrapping that hand around, and then reach for your other hand or wrist, or maybe it's not happening yet, you're working towards it. You can always sit tall, just holding on to the leg with both hands. Draw your chest forwards and breathe. Make sure that you're trying to get those shoulders round square, and then you're releasing, and you can do movement with the breath, or you can sit in Dandasana, breathing. Breathing number one, your pranayama, and then that engagement through core. Right leg is long. Left heel is drawn up towards the outside, that left hip, palms distance between foot and thigh. Sit tall, get your foundation. You can stay here, lifting the chest. You could take the left arm and wrap it around the outside of that shin, and you could reach for your other hand if you can. Draw the right side round by pressing against that shin, and then draw that chest forwards if you can. Breathing all the way. Work with your body. Try to find that edge, using that Ujjayi breath to guide you all the way. And release, and you can either do Dandasana, you could do Vinyasa, or Purvatanasana, reverse plank. So we're maintaining that focus with breath. And if you want to add the movement, then we're continuing to condition the body. Release. Okay, so this time, let's keep your left leg long and take your right foot to the outside of this left thigh. Okay, just pull it up as far as you can. Try and place the foot on the floor. Hug that leg. Breathe. I always find that itself a good stretch down the outside of the glutes on the right side. Breathe in. If you want more, let's take your left foot and draw that in towards your hips. Now, hugging the right leg, twist to your right. Draw the chest round and breathe. Sit tall, pull the belly in. You could also maybe wrap this left arm underneath your right leg. Take your right hand, try to find that hand. Good luck with that. Make sure you're finding your breath. We're releasing from there, and we're going to go straight into the other side. That means the right leg stays long, and we take the left foot, and we tuck that round as far as we can, and we just spend a moment sitting tall and pulling, and breathing. If you want to go further, you take your right foot, you tuck it in towards your hips, and you twist to your left. It's all about getting that chest round, getting that rotation through your thoracic spine. And if you want to go further, you're trying to wrap this right arm maybe underneath your knee and your left hand wrapping round to find it. Sit tall, breathe deep, work with your body. And release. You can do a vinyasa, you could do reverse plank, or you could sit in Dandasana. Take some breath. Okay, from here, we're going to find your sit bones and we're going to go to boat posture, Navasana. So we're going to reach the arms out, put the shoulder blades down the back, lift the chest, and try lifting the legs. So if you can extend the legs, go for it. If that feels too much, if you're starting to, collapse in the back, then bend the knees. Breathe. I'd like you to put your feet back down on the floor, okay, and then lie back. We're going to combine our boat with our upward bow. So tuck your heels in tight, peel your spine up and off the floor and lift your hips. Okay, now work those shoulders under. And you can reach for your feet maybe, interlace fingers maybe. Press the feet into the floor, lift the hips. Or maybe hands to hips. Or maybe hands to the side of the head and pushing up to your upward bow. We're coming back down. And we're hugging the knees in. Imprint the spine to roll up. Find those sit bones again. Ready for your boat. So pull the belly in. Breathe. Having lengthened out through those hip flexors, now we can maybe focus more, a little bit more endurance there. And we come back. So we're going to go for another upward bow. So hug the knees in, bring the heels tight into sit bones, peel the spine up and off the floor. Lift your hips, squeezing your inner thigh. Find your back bend. Strong in the hips and the pelvis. If you can take hands to the side of the head, maybe go for that. Maybe rest on the crown of the head, or maybe push up to your upward bow. Stay with your breath. Keep the inner thighs squeezing. Stay with your breath. And then come back down. And hug those knees in. So from here, we're going to roll up. We're going to do a counter pose for your back bend. Stretch the legs out. Lift the arms up. As you do that, pull the belly in. And then fold forwards to re-lengthen out through your lumbar and your thoracic spine. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. Breathe deep and wide into ribs. Lengthening back out. Toes towards, heels away. Finding that edge for you. And then release. So, vinyasa. Cross the legs, you can roll or step or jump. We're going to come to downward facing dog. Push the floor away. Draw the belly in. Come down to your knees. And set your elbows on the floor, forearms. Elbows narrower than shoulders, interlace fingers. All right, we're getting ready for headstand. Okay, so those of us that are doing headstand, you go ahead with this, with making sure you've got plenty of room, that you're going to be under control, and I'll talk the rest of us through preparation phase. So, those of us that are working towards, we look to the feet, the head is off the floor, we tuck the toes, we lift the knees. Now we try walking the feet up as we push the floor away with those forearms. So all this applies to your headstand. Mula bandha is on, Uddiyana bandha is on. Breath is there. Those of us in dolphin, if we want to call it that, preparation, we could try lifting the right leg up if that feels doable. Pushing the floor away. Change legs. Left leg goes up. Push the floor away. Come down to the feet. Push the floor away. Stay with your breath. And when you're ready, we're going to rest it back to child's posture. We're going to take the fingertips to the heels. We're going to drop the head down to the floor and breathe deep and wide into your back. When you're ready, bring the hands back to the front of the mat. Come to a high plank, everything switched on. Look forwards, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, chest lifts, shoulders roll back into down dog. Step or jump. And come to a cross-legged position on the floor for you. So if you're nice and flexible in those hips, you might be doing a half lotus or full lotus. If not so, you can sit cross-legged, or maybe if you need a block underneath to give yourself a little bit of lift, do that. So we're going to take fingertips to elbows, take a nice deep in breath, and then exhale, fold down. Draw the chest down, draw the head down. Most of all, stay with that ujjayi breath. And then when you're ready, come up and rest those arms on top of your thighs. Engage your thumb and your forefinger. Stretch the other fingers away. Engage through your root lock. Engage through your abdominal lock. Sit tall and breathe. So in Padmasana here, the focus is on that good form, whilst sounding the breath in the back of the throat. Those of us that want that final challenge, take the hands side of the hips and lift the body up and off the floor, pushing the floor away and breathing. Maybe short, sharp breath in and out through the nose, or continue with your ujjayi breath. Do that for as many breaths as you can. And then we're going to take it into Shavasana, just for a short few minutes, okay? So, I want you to find a position where you can really release the body. So just taking some deeper breaths. So we release that ujjayi breath. We release bandhas. And we just start to feel the breath coming back towards a steady state. Feel the brow soften as the eyes drop into your eye sockets. Make sure your chin slightly tucked to maintain length through the back of your neck, or put something behind the head to make sure you're long in the neck. Your jaw is relaxed. So if your mind wanders, just draw it back to your breathing. So just start rolling the head side to side. And start giving the fingers and toes a wake up. And draw your feet back in and hug your knees to your chest. Imprint your spine, roll side to side. And then roll to your right and hold it there. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back round to a position for you. Namaste.